It is exactly 4 p.m. East African time. Many thanks for joining us right here at Lookuptv. My name is John Matava. You're just in time for the trending news making headlines across different parts of the country. Let's get started. President William Ruto on Friday attended the National Defense University graduation ceremony in Nakuru County. During his speech, the head of state called on the graduates to be on the forefront in dealing with issues of terrorism, which he says will inform the strategies the government takes to deal with the menace. The head of state also stressed the need for education in order to stop youth from joining extremist organizations.
To the university, I have two assignments for you. We still have serious threats of terrorism, radical extremism, radicalization that continuously put pressure on the security of regions and nations. Lamu is a case in point. Northern Kenya is a case in point. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I think these are areas. If we can get some students to do their thesis, either master's thesis or PhD thesis in these fields, it will help us inform our national strategy as we tackle these security challenges. Assignment number 2, we are rolling out a robust digital infrastructure, complete with technology across Kenya. Every ward will have an ICT hub. 1,450 wards are across Kenya. We are rolling out huge digital infrastructure. 13,000 government services are already online. By the end of this year, every government service will be online. Cybersecurity will be a central requirement for us to efficiently and effectively use technology as an enabler for the delivery of government services.
The Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and the Dentist Union KMPDU Secretary General Davji Atela has raised concerns about the recently enacted Social Health Insurance Bill 2023, expressing skepticism and outlining potential repercussions. Speaking to the media on Friday, Atela emphasized the union's disappointment in the disregard of the proposal by the Parliamentary Health Committee, stating that the new law could lead to immediate cessation of comprehensive medical cover for over 3 million Kenyans, including civil servants and their dependents.
To see to it that our sentiments regarding Social Health Insurance Act of 2023 justifiable or they are outside the law. And in our discussions, we come to realize that in this country, public participations have been reduced to public manipulation. Because from the memorandums that were submitted by these bodies, including Kenya Medical Association that was present in this particular gathering, we realized that the memorandums that were submitted by Kenya Medical Association, by the civil societies, by KMPDU, by FKE, by all these bodies, they were not looked into, and the advices, the proposals were not considered. And that's why we find this bill, as much as it comes out as a Social Health Insurance Act, it's more, and it seems, and it's quite clear that it's a vendor-driven venture. And why do we say that? We say that because for a long time, in the assessment of medical schemes, in the, as well declared in Section 5 of these, the adoption of this particular act, Section 5 indicates that it will no longer be providing medical schemes and medical benefits. And we know, as has been outrightly explained, that in 2012, many of the medical administrative schemes or managers were seeking mechanisms to ensure that the public servants were being managed within their schemes because they own insurance company. But this was very difficult because the Civil Servants Union stayed firm and refused that particular plan. We have seen that they succeeded in having the teachers and in having the police within that particular scheme. Now they were making it possible to have that scheme, to have the public servants go to that scheme by interfering with this particular act.
Moving forward, Kakamega County government has expressed its interest to collaborate with private hospitals so as to improve its health services. Speaking in Kakamega County during the official opening of Avenue Hospital, LCC Wesonga Bernard emphasized the need for both public and private hospitals to work together to elevate medical standards.
Opening the front part to see the back part where you process the images through.
Our strategy is underpinned by the vision of a universal health coverage, and the UHC actually aims that all individual communities have access to quality and essential healthcare services without suffering financial hardship.
Kakamega is a very big county with 2.5 million people, and we need to reach all the corners of the county in terms of quality health services. As you realize, where we are right now is just one of the sub-counties called Rambi, where my young colleague was talking about. But we have other 11 or 12 sub-counties that also need services from Avenue Healthcare Services, and that's why I'm saying by coming up with medical camps, that is one way of reaching each and every corner of Kakamega County.
Garissa Governor Nadhif Jama has appealed to the national government to support with helicopters that will help in emergency airlift the vital supplies such as food, mosquito nets and medicine to the parts of the county that have been completely cut off. Jama said some of the areas that have been completely cut off from the rest of the county are Gurufa, Shanta, Abak, Baraki and Alikune, all in Lagdera sub-county.
Garissa Township imeathirika sana na huu mvuko wa mvua. Almost 800 families have been affected only in this village of ADC. I'm told 800 families only in this village. So we have IDP camps, 8 of them in Garissa Township, for about 2,500 families. Leo, we've started food distribution for Garissa Township. As a start, all the IDP camps will be benefited from this food distribution for 2,500 families, and thereafter we will move on to the sub-counties, where also there are a lot of families in a very bad situation. We will try our best, as we also plead the national government to support us with helicopters or choppers for that matter, to drop food to the families that are affected.
The deaf community in Embu County is now calling for doctors to be trained, that is in sign language, to help maintain privacy of deaf patients when seeking reproductive health services. The community, through the Deaf Empowerment Society of Kenya, have started an engagement with the stakeholders of the healthcare profession in a bid to sort challenges they face while looking for healthcare services. Speaking at a workshop in Embu County, they observed that many are not comfortable when explaining issues of reproductive health to the healthcare professionals through an interpreter.
Doctors and nurses.
And the reason for holding this
workshop is so that we can take stock of the challenges the deaf people face in front of accessing healthcare services, especially SRHR services. Most of them face a myriad of challenges. For example, lack of interpreters in hospitals, which has created a lot of communication barriers between the deaf and the doctors, and most of the times many have been misdiagnosed because of this communication barrier. So today we organize this workshop as a sensitization and awareness creation workshop so that we can find practical solutions to these challenges together and encourage doctors to actually learn a bit of KSL so that they can serve deaf people well and also other persons with disability.
In that case, the desk came up with an idea of sensitizing the healthcare services, healthcare givers, on how to deal with those problems. One of the key opinions that we can do to handle this challenge is to teach, or rather to train the healthcare workers on sign language, making it a very key element in health delivery, so that when you get a deaf in your clinics, you are able to handle them with the right standard. Number two, I would like to urge our government, both the county and the national government, to come in and partner with the organization like Deaf Empowerment Society of Kenya, so that we can train more healthcare workers on the sign languages, so that we ease the task on handling the deaf in our clinics.
Moving forward, the Prime Cabinet Secretary and the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Affairs as well, His Excellency Musalia Mudavadi, represented His Excellency President William Ruto at the 50th anniversary for the independence of Guinea-Bissau. Mudavadi delivered Ruto's message, acknowledging the strides made by Guinea-Bissau in our indomitable pursuit for freedom, exemplifying the African spirit. Africa's new frontier lies in empowering our people for a prosperous, economically stable future.
de República de Guinea-Bissau.
Well, and that is it right here from Trending News at exactly 13 minutes past 4 p.m. Many thanks for watching. My name is John Matava. Please make sure that you tune in our subsequent bulletin at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Meanwhile, have a good evening.